All right, so today we're going to be doing proportions and setting them up and labeling them. Y'all did this actually in 6th grade, and it's like sometimes they call it the butterfly effect or cross multiplication. We'll get more into that. Okay, so we're going to express ratios 3 different ways. Reduce your ratios if possible. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how many clubs and spades there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clubs. Well, that's not as well clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 diamonds. And then 3 spades. So there's a total of 12. So clubs to spades. Well, there's 5 clubs, 3 spades. So the ratio is 5/3. Diamonds to clubs. So it'll be 4 diamonds, 5 clubs. Diamonds would be 4 diamonds to 12, which can be reduced to 1/3. Spades to all suits would be 3 spades to 12, which is 1/4. Okay? We're pretty good about writing ratios. Okay. Number 5. So you have x over 24 is equal to 3/4. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross multiply. Okay, so when I mean cross multiply, the 3 is going to go down to the 24. So 3 times 24 is, I believe, 72 or 82. 72. 72. And x times 4 is just 4x. Well, now all I have is just a one-step equation. So now all I had to do is just solve it. Since that 4 is being multiplied, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide 4 to both sides. And you get 18. So 18 is my missing variable. Okay, let's try it again. So you're going to do q times 3, which is 3q. And then 2 times 48, which is 96. So now I'm going to divide 3 to both sides. So 96 divided by 3 is 32. That's how you cross multiply. All right, now you try one. So you're going to do 20 times 8, which is 160. 5 times m, which is 5m, divided by 5, which should be about 36, I think. 32, my bad. So it'll be 32, which equals m. The answer is D. All right, now let's try one from a word problem. So Rob used 5 slices of bologna for every 3 slices of bread. How many slices of bread will he need for 35 slices of bologna? All right, so I'm going to put 5 over 3. But I can't just put 5 over 3. I have to label it. And I'll explain why in a second. So the 5 is the bologna. And 3 is the bread. So the reason why I label it is because my other side has to match. So bologna's on top, so it means the other side bologna has to be on top, and then the bread has to be on the bottom. So it says how many slices of bread? Well, since I'm looking for that, that's going to be the x. And then 35 slices of bologna will go on top. So you're going to cross multiply. You're going to do 35 times 3, which is 105. And then 5 times x, which is 5x. Oops, I forgot to label my sides. Please do this to both sides. And then you're going to do 105 divided by 5, which is 21. So it would take 21 slices of bread if I use 35 slices of bologna. That's a lot of sandwiches. Hey, number 9. Farmer Joe has lots of rabbits and lots of predators on his farm. Only 3 out of every 10 rabbits live long enough to reproduce. At this rate, how many rabbits will there need to be in order for 27 of them to reproduce? So I'm going to do 3 out of 10. So I'm going to write bunnies, and I'm going to write total. So I want, I can't use that in my labels. I'm going to say 3 live bunnies, unfortunately, and then 10 total bunnies. So I want 27 of them to be able to reproduce or to live. Whoops, that's not where that goes. So 27 will come over here, and then total will go on the bottom. And so I need to figure out how many bunnies I actually need to get. So we're going to do 27 times 10, which is 270, and 3 times x, which is 3x, divide by 3, which is 90. So I would have to get 90 total bunnies or rabbits. Okay, let's move on. You try one. Bonnie's recipe calls for 4 cups of brown sugar for every 3 cups of just 3 cups of sugar. She needs 24 cups of brown sugar. How many total sugar will she need? So I'm going to put brown on top, brown S, and then just this will be sugar. So 4 cups for every 3 sugars. So I'm going to use 24 brown sugars. Brown sugar. And then sugar on the bottom. So you're going to cross multiply. So you're going to do 24 times 3, which is 72. And then 4 times x is just 4x. So you divide 72 by 4. Which is 18. Uh-oh. Did I do my problem wrong? Huh. I think I did it right. So 4 cups of brown sugar for every 3 cups. So 4 brown, 3 cups. I'm going to use 24 brown. So you do 24 times 3, which is 72. And you take 72 and divide it by 4, which is 18. I wonder what she's saying. 42. It can't be 42. 42 couldn't be the answer because 42 would be too many cups of sugar. You see how the sugar down here is smaller than the sugar on top? So it means that this one will have to be smaller than that one. So the answer should be actually 18. All right, number 11. Whoops. Okay, if 8 out of 20 students in class are boys, what percent of the class is made up of boys? So boys is 8. Total was 20. Okay, so when I'm doing a percentage, 100 will always go on the bottom because that's your total percentage. And then x goes on top because that's the percentage I'm trying to find. So you're going to do 20x and then 8 times 100, which is 800. And then so you're going to do 800 divided by 20, which is 40. So it'd be 40% of the class is boys. So it means the other part of the class is 60% of girls. In 1996, 30% of the 2,100 car buyers are fake town. Auto dealership financed through the dealership. How many car buyers finance through the dealership? So I have 30%. 30% always has to be out of 100%. 100% is your total. Okay, so that's your total. And then there was a total of 2,100 cars. And I want to figure out how many actually financed. So 30% of them finance. So finance goes on top. Remember, when you finance a car, you're going to get an auto loan, which is a liability. So you're going to do x times 100, which is 100x. And then 30 times 2,100, which is 63,000. So now you're going to divide by 100. You get x is equal to 630. So about 630 people actually financed through Fake Town Auto Dealership. Okay, let's try one more. Rogers liked 80% of the movies he saw last year. If he liked 60 movies, how many did he see? Okay, so 80% liked out of a total of 100%. So if he liked 60 movies, so 60 movies on top, and 100, excuse me, and X goes on the bottom, because that's what you're trying to do, is find the total. So you can do 60 times 100, which is 6,000. I'm going to write that down here. And 80 times X. And then so 6,000 divided by 80 is 75. So he liked 75 of the movies he saw. Okay, that's it. I love setting proportions. If you don't know how to do this, please ask, because from now on, you will see proportions a lot. About 70% of the STAAR test is proportions. So if you need help, please let us know. Thank you.